are challenges of making sure there are no more malnourished children that create such a big gap between those who have and those who don't. The challenges of the question of this election. Because if we all rise up at David's, we are telling them, we've had enough. You have been there long enough. We have known the sum total of your experiences over 60 years. Our competitors have been there over 30 years. An audit will tell you, and I ask this room, who believes that the sum total of these competitors 30 years plus in power has made our lives better? Please put up your hands. Please put up your hands. Those who believe and those who don't. That is the question of this election. So don't tell us we need experience. Your experience, we have seen the results of your experience. We are living it. We are living it, are we not? We are living the results of your experience. Zero, if not negative zero. At the advent of independence, most of the people that began the foundation of this country, what experience did they have? What experience did they have? Yet they built us a very solid foundation. For those who lived at that time, even though it was still a black governor, it was a bit of an emancipation movement for most of us Kenyans. So don't tell us experience. We are resetting Kenya, and that's what we need to do. And reset, we don't want to carry the baggage of yesterday forward. This baggage is full of what ails us. It is our virus that has kept mutating and mutating and mutating. We are now getting into the third generation of mutation. Just to give you a graphic example, Uhuru in 2013 transformed itself into a mutant called Jubilee in 2017. And now, various two strains, one called Omicron and one called Delta. It is the same virus of 2013, just in two different mutants, two different strains, but the same virus. And you tell us there is change. The people of Kenya are going to show you that they are the dawa, they are the vaccination. That is what this election is about. It's not about positions. It's not about cattle trading. You are seeing people who have been even on opposites in terms of the position on a constitution amendment called BBI, coming together for the convenience of trading positions. This cannot be the Kenya of 99% of us. It cannot be. So when you ask yourself what is the question of this election, ask yourself what is going to change. What is going to change in our lives, and who has the capacity of making that change happen? I think I've articulated our competitors. So if you are looking for change, If you're looking for light, if you're looking for fearlessness, if you're looking for itweka, if you actually want to better your life and cut the shackles of a black governor, that change is standing right before you today. That is what this election is about. And they say, when you are sick, you look for a surgeon, you look for a doctor, you don't look for a mechanic of a vehicle. Correct? You don't look for a mechanic of a vehicle. Right here before you ni daktari wa dawa ambao inamuuma. The challenge we have can only be dealt with clarity and fearlessness, of which we are custodians of. I and my team are very clear about this. And I think as I articulate this, it's important to understand how deep the problem is. We are looking at some stats, but it's looking like almost 11 million young kids are unemployed. The cost of everything we do keeps going up and up, not commensurate with our income. Sri Lanka, that you're watching on TV, is not far away for Kenya. The coffers are empty. And all our competitors are telling you
A journey of faith, a journey that shows that everything is possible and there's an opportunity for every young person in this country. I start from my small village in Masumbingia in Siaya County, where I grew up herding cows, going to the stream to collect water from my head. 30 years after independence, when the promise of fighting disease, poverty, and unemployment was the promise which was made 30 years after I was born. That same call is being mentioned today. We've had, on aggregate, 60 years plus since independence. We've had political leadership that, on aggregate, share between themselves more than 90 years experience in government. But what has that led us to? We stand here today when the problems of this nation are more than they were 10 years ago. What is the easy way out for us? I could have chosen the easy way out and said, let me stay in my profession. Let me continue enjoying the little that I've made as a lawyer. But what about my neighbor who has gone to sleep angry? What about that young man who is dying because he is not able to pay for his health care? What about that young man whose only crime is that he went to university, he graduated, and has not been able to get a job? Then he bought a boda, and he has to pay a myriad of licenses every year. He has to pay a token to the police every day. He has to pay a token to the county governments every day to be able to earn a living. And out of all that, what happens to him? Every day, his motorcycle is impounded. He has the professional qualification, but the economy has not created a job that matches his qualification. You reduce a medical doctor, you reduce a lawyer, you reduce a teacher to become a boda rider. That should be the shame of the nation. That cannot be the future of our nation. And the time must come. The time must come when we must stand up and say, 10 is enough. 10 is enough. We must fearlessly and courageously stand up and have our voices heard. If we continue on the same trajectory, this country is going down. There is no special formula for government. Government is about ideas. What are the ideas that we bring to the table? As it is, to make the decision that I'm going to stand with my brother, His Excellency Jimmy WANJINGI, was so easy. The choices were the following. One side of the campaign said, they are going to give 10 billion, they are going to give 100 billion Mamamboga, 10 billion to boda. The other side said they'll give 6,000 shillings every month. Their solution to the problem that we face, which is the economic problem, is distribution. Our solution is not distribution. Our solution is production. What we need is a country that produces more for its people. A country that can release the human potential of our young people. We have more than 11 million young people who are unemployed today. Africa is 1.3 billion people. That is a market. What are we doing to expand the outreach of our people, to access that new market, to provide services in that region? The other day we were told that we need to do away with some courses at the university. English is not necessary. BA education is not necessary. That is the policy of the past. In sub-Saharan Africa, even in the Eastern Africa region, how many countries are looking for English-speaking teachers? We should be thinking of solutions. We should not be penalizing our young people when they go to school, when they acquire knowledge, when they offer themselves to serve the country, to serve the continent, to serve the black man. We must encourage them. Today, as we stand up, We are being told that the face of Kenya has been presented by our competitors. But the statistics tell us 80% of our population are young people. You cannot grow as a country if you exclude 2/3 of your population from government. Government can only grow when it is the face of its people. The Jim Willie ticket represents the experience of His Excellency in government and in business, and the inexperience that is informed by the ideas of youth and vigor that I will bring into this campaign that encourages the youth to stand up and take their right position in our country. And we must do so fearlessly. We lose nothing, but we lose everything if we don't take our rightful place in this election. The choices, as have been said, are stark clear. The one side has metamorphosed into, they are both Jubilee. One is Tano Tena, now called Kenya Kwanza. The other one is Azimio, still Tano Tena. Jubilee is in both of them. And I say this, if the last 10 years have been success to the country and to you as an individual, the choice is clear, vote for them. But if the last 10 years has been pain, has been despondency, has been anger, then the best way to go is to accept and to vote for the Jimmy Wanjigi presidential ticket. We will not ask of the vote of those who are enjoying the last 10 years. We will ask the vote of those who've suffered from the failed policies and projects of the last 10 years. And they are the majority of our nation. We cannot, at this point, be discussing the question of how to enhance Tano Tena. It cannot be Tano Tena. It has been Tano Terra. We must now start with Tano Fresh. Fresh ideas. Fresh ideas that will take our country to the next level. The persons who cause the problems of our economy cannot provide the solutions to those problems. It is us to now provide a platform through which we will show the people of Kenya how we can transform this nation to be a great nation, how we can provide opportunity to our youth, opportunity to our women, opportunity to our old people. When you pay an old person 4,000 Kenya shillings every month, and the cost of living, the food basket today, if I asked you, the food basket today to live a decent life as an old person, 4,000 shillings is not enough. The social security net you're trying to create is a failure. We must implement pragmatic policies that respect the dignity and humanity of our people, young and old. That is why I stand here today with utmost humility to accept to be the running mate of His Excellency Jimmy Richard Wanjigi. We've been through a lot. In the last campaign, we worked closely together. And in that campaign, we had promised Kenyans will go to Canaan. What was Canaan? Canaan was about economic empowerment of our people. Canaan was not about a false promise. Canaan was about how do we have a conversation that involves a majority of our people and involves them and includes them and encourages them to participate in their government. When His Excellency asked me to consider being his running mate, I only asked him one question. Jimmy, when we stood at the shores of River Jordan, ready to cross, God asked Moses, Moses, What do you have? Moses said, we have come across a sea. We cannot cross. The tides are high. The water levels are rising. Pharaoh is coming with his chariots, armored soldiers. We cannot cross. Moses, what do you have in your hand? I only have a log. There's nothing else. They are coming, they'll finish us. God asked Jimmy, Jimmy, what do you have to save our people? What are you carrying in your hand? And he said, I have Willis Otieno. And he said, take that Willis and strike the sea and cross yonder. Take your people into the ark and cross the Red Sea. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sasa niwaulize tarehe 9 Agosti. Mmeamua? Tumeamua. Bakia wote. Si ni Jimmy na Willis. Tumemaliza hesabu. Ama na Jimmy na Willis. Tumemaliza hesabu. Will you go spread the word outside? Tutakubali turudi nyuma ama sasa tutasonga mbele? Sinitano fresh. Kabisa. Your Excellency, allow me to invite a couple of people as well who we have you and Willis running, but we also have other people running under Safina. And I would like to invite Mr. Peter Gitao, who is our gubernatorial aspirant in Kirinyaga.
Safina. Safina. Mtweka. Pakia wote. Asante sana. I think there is no better place to be than to be here. And I feel blessed to be the team Jimmy, team Safina, team Mtweka, na team Pakia wote. Things have never been the same again, and they also have not been very easy for all of us. But tunajua Kenya yetu, especially vijana. Wao ndio nafikiria shida zimewakabili kwao. Wengi wamesoma, wako na vyeti, lakini kazi hakuna. Na kuna shida kwamba wale ambao wameleta zile shida miongoni mwetu ndio tena wamejipanga tena. Jubilee imejigawa mara mbili. Moja ni Jubilee A iko hapa juu. Jubilee B nayo imeenda Karen. Si ndio hawa tu? Sasa wao ni kutupanga tu. Na wao ndio wameleta hizi shida na wanataka kutuambia wako na solution ya hizi shida. Ukweli hapa ni kupangwa ama ni wao wanajipanga? Wanajipanga watupange. Tutakubali kweli? Kwa sababu hawezi kuleta shida miongoni mwetu alafu watuambie ndio wao ndio watatua zile shida wako na suluhu. Hatukubaliani hapa. Sisi wenyewe ndio tutajitoa katika minyororo ya mateka yale ambayo wametuweka. Na uchumi wetu umeshikwa mateka. Na hatuwezi endelea kama hii Kenya itabaki vile ilivyokuwa miaka 10 iliyopita. Lazima kuwe na mabadiliko. Na yale mabadiliko ni mabadiliko ya ballot revolution. Hiyo lazima ije. Ndio vijana waweze kupata ajira na waweze kuwa na kitu kwa mfuko. Si ndio jamani? Tunaelewana? It is only through industry processing, especially agricultural processing industry to add value to what our farmers Wanjiku is producing, so that mabroka waache kutuchukulia kwa ufala na waache kutuchukulia kwa urahisi. Kwetu tunajua ukweli ni kwamba sisi kama watu wa Mlima Kenya ni watu wa kulima kabisa. Lakini ukiangalia kama chai, sekta ya chai tuseme, lazima chai ipelekwe ng'ambo ndio ikakue process tuko ndio iletwe tena tununue. Hatutakubali kwamba chai yetu hiyo ni raw materials za industry ambazo ziko ng'ambo. Tunaelewana? Kahawa vile vile. Ndio tutengeneze zile industries za kuprocess hapa. Ndio watu wetu wapate ajira. Ndio mkulima apate chenye kinamfaa kulipwa kwa sababu ya bidii yake ambayo ameweka kwa ile kazi ya ukulima. Tunaelewana jamani? Na wakati jini alinielezea haya mambo, ndio nikasema tutashikana mkono, kama tutaanguka tuanguke wawili tukijaribu kusaidia watu wetu. Tunaelewana? Lakini kama tupita wawili, na hapa sioni kama hili jeshi lina mchezo mbele yako bwana Jimmy. Hawa watu they are able to make a revolution in this country. And I'm telling you for free. Ame yako si hii tu. Hawa ni wachache hawa. Hawa ni maambassadors tu. Wale watafikisha ujumbe mashinani, washirikiane na wale ambao wengine wako mashinani. Wale tumewaacha tunasafiri safari pamoja. Na mageuzi utayaona baada ya muda kidogo tu. Haya ambayo umeyafanya leo ndio wananchi wa kawaida walikuwa na ngoja. Usigoje hata mabwenyenye wale wamekuwa kwa serikali wawe tu ndio mtaungana na hawa. Ndio tupate kusaidia watu wetu na tupate kubadilisha maisha ya watu wetu. Hawa watu wa kawaida, Wanjiku nyumbani, vijana pamoja, tukishirikiana na uhakika mabadiliko tutaleta katika nchi hii na vijana watakuwa na kitu mfukoni. Ni ukweli? Hayo ndio yale ambayo sisi tutaenda kuhubiri tukirudi mashinani. Yale tunaomba ofisi yako ndio hii. Mtushikilie tukirudi mashinani. Wakati tunawahitaji ninyi muwe mko pale na sisi kusimama na sisi tuuze sera zetu. Si ndivyo hivyo jamani? Na sera tutauza. Na sera yetu ni itwe. Tutaongoka na Jimmy na Willis. Mungu awabariki.
Watu makofi yako. Haya, tutoe kofia tuwasalimie kwa hewa, tusalimiane kwa hewa tuweze kuona. Tusalimiane kwa hewa. Safina. Itweka. Jimmy na Willis. Asante, leo ni siku ya furaha. Hapa vipi Jackie?
Kabisa. Nitatapita mimi sauti yangu sinasikia. Iko sawa? Ama ni timu kidogo? With your permission, Your Excellency, if I could invite our Murang'a gubernatorial aspirant as well, Dr. Moses Mwangi.
Wapi makofi. Dr. Moses, all the way from Murang'a County.
All the way from Murang'a County.
Your Excellency Jimmy Wanjingi, incoming 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency Willie Otieno, incoming Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, my fellow governor aspirants, senators, MPs, MCAs, na ninyi nyote mko hapa, hamjabu. Good morning. Isn't this wonderful? Wow. Where has Willis been? Governor Murang'a 2022. And I want to start here to endorse Jimmy Wanjingi na Willis as our leaders to the next generation. What we have in this ticket is real change. What they are selling, and we are selling together, is to put in people who have not been in government, they have not been part of the problem, so that they can bring in new ideas. And I see many of you, like Dr. Moses, I have not been in government. I am a pharmacist. I'm in the healthcare. I have seen our healthcare system go down. And the same story. So we have a ticket of an army of people that bring on the table new ideas to make the Kenya we want. In every election, as our president has said, there are questions. And my understanding of elections is that there are two types of election. One is about kazi iendelee, mambo iendelee vile imekuwa. Na vile imekuwa, Kenyans are going to bed hungry. We pay great homage to a former president, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, who took Kenya when in 2001 it was negative 1.8% growth, and brought change that took us to 7.3% GDP growth. And by the time he left in 2013, people 39 were going to bed hungry because they could not afford 200 shillings to feed themselves. 10 years later, today the statistics tell us that 63 out of 100 people are going to bed hungry. Are we better off? We are worse. And the same very people who have been there, they want to tell us they have a solution. So what do we do with them? Fagia, water. In my own county, in Murang'a, it is the same story. A county that at one time, you may not know this, Murang'a, there's a time the government of Kenya could not be able to pay civil servants. They would go to Murang'a. Even Tanzania, Murang'a was where it is. But today our farmers, we produce tea, we produce coffee, but there is poverty. How come we can be producers of coffee and tea and avocados, and then there is poverty? It is because we have had people with no idea. So here we are. And here I come for Murang'a as governor. And let me tell you, Murang'a people know how to do business. Go to Nyamakema in Nairobi. Who is doing business there? The Murang'a people, we know how to make money. We know how to make money. And the problem in Kenya is how to make money. The problem in Kenya is how to make money. And we have our son from Murang'a, His Excellency Jimmy Wanjingi. He knows how we can make money. So, congratulations, our president, for bringing to us a wonderful deputy president, Willis. I have enjoyed listening to you. I feel fired up. What do you think? What do you think? Turn of flesh. What do you think? Tano fresh for Jimena Willis. Asante.
Watu wa Murang'a tuko ndani ya safina. Asante sana Dr. Moses. Kwa hiyo watu wa Nairobi wako wapi? Tunataka sasa tumkaribishe
our Kamukunji member of parliament.
Asanteni sana. Ichweka? Ichweka? Mko fearless? Mko fearless? Very good. My president, Jimmy Wanjingi, Willis, I'm so happy to have you here. I want to share a small story about Willis. Wengi wenu labda mjamjua sana, but Willis is fearless. One time, I was the Secretary General of UDF party. Nani anakumbuka UDF? Tulirudi tukamezwa na Jubilee. Tulipangwa tukaigizwa hapo, tukalost. But Willis, when I was at UDF, Madividi akakuja, we invited him to our party as the presidential candidate. After election, he decided, this party is so good, I'm taking it away, because you guys, nyisi mabwenyenye. But we had Willis with us. Please clap for Willis, because we remained with our party, UDF, and ndio walitoka wakaanza ANC. Willis ni moto ama si moto? Ni moto ama si moto? And then I want to share a story because of leadership. In this country, we are lacking. We are lacking in leadership. Ni ukweli? Ama nyi mmeomoka? Si tunataka tuomoke? And we must change the way we vote. You're the voters. Tuacheni kupangwa. Tuacheni kupangwa. Pande mbili wameshajiunganisha na wakasema wanaingia. But as the Bible says about David, I'll mention about David in the Bible. When Samuel the prophet came to Jesse's house, he was looking for a leader because God had spoken to him. But all that were there were so huge. They looked like it, but the prophet was like, apana, sio hao. Pia sisi, si tunawaona, wamejipanga, but at the end of it, mwenye alitoka alikuwa amewekwa kwa process. Our president here has gone through the process. Nani amemwona akijaribu vitu, but anapingwa, anajaribu mpaka Kasarani na yeye ni Mkenya, anakatazwa. Mlimuona? Juzi tu, Mungu na yeye amesema, David wetu ndio huyu. He's fearless. He's gone through the fire. He's gone through the process. Ndio huyo. with 2 stones. Si Goliathi alimcheki akasema huyu hawezani na mimi. Ni kweli. Si alimwangalia kaona huyu hawezi. Wacheni niwaambie, si ndio tunaweza, sisi ndio tuko na kura. Mayouth mpo? Mpo? 80%. Mnaweza huko chini ama mnapangwa tu? Tuwapange sasa ama? Si mko na kura? Si mko na kura? Tuwapange through this vote of Jimmy Wanjigi. Tuwapangeni jamani. Tuwafagie wote. Tuwafagie wote. I want to share a small story again about Ezra. Leo I'm so lucky I'm here. I'm so happy to see Ezra. Wenye wametoka Kamkunji mpo. Nani anajua Ezra? Ezra, kila mtu anamjua in this nation. Because Ezra was in FBI. FBI si children, FBI ni dancers. Waliinuka kama dancers, walikuwa nashinda kwa Churchill. Mimi as a Kamkunji MP, once I was in Simon Bugwa's office, CDF. I was the administrator of CDF. And there were young men then. And they approached me and they said, "Ma'am, tunataka kuparticipate, ilikuwa inaitwa Sakata." And I can tell you, we printed t-shirts, we did everything, and they won. And they got $1 million. And I remember, he's a good son, because they brought me a voucher of 10,000 shillings. Simwapigia makofi. That's way back. And I can tell you, if you ever come to Akuone, see, he's looking good. See, God has worked on him. And imagine, see mimi tu nimefanya. Our boss here, Mr. President, anapenda vijana, amewainua, amemfanya MCA, kule kwingine si mnaona tu wazee. Amemfanya MC, amemfanya MC, and we know we are getting there. For independent candidates, now our candidates of Safina Party, I can tell you, wengi kwanza wa independent, sisi tulisaidika because we found a loving party with Safina, with our president. So hatukuwa na stress ya kupambana huko chini. Maina uko wapi? Ebu simama. Maina was vying and is still vying now as an independent in Kamkunji, California ward. Maina had worked for 2 years planning for his campaigns. And he worked so hard. We knew he would get the nomination. But guess what? Kamkunji ilizoniwa jamani. Alikuwa ODM. Now this young man had used a lot of money. Uko tumiradi pale. But all of it went down because wazee uko juu walijipanga na wakamwekea mtu. Pia MP wakamtuwekea mtu. Si mnamjua? Tunamtoa ama tumtoi? Tunamtoa ama tumtoi? Tunafagia wote. Kwa hivyo, for independence, hapa mko na chance. Our president amewafikiria. Najua mliumia mtu kama Maina. Because it was really stressful and I got hurt. And he said, endeni pali pia mtapata nafasi. Wenye voters tuacheni kushindanga tukirecycle watu kwa party. It's not about the party. I want to tell you, if you put the independents and our people here in those seats, new faces, then we'll have the change. But we can never experience a change if we are doing the same thing all the time. True? Really? Watu si ndio tu kila saa tunawarudisha. Kuna mabadiliko wao umeona kwa maisha yako as a person. As a person, hiyo miaka 10, maybe mnyi upgrade. Na waomba, kwa kura zenyu mwe ambassadors hapo mbele. Hapo, please, tushikaneni mikono. Pia si tuwa surprise. Si jana aliona ametupiga surprise. Yetu imeweza, ijaweza. Imeweza, ijaweza. So, kwa hayo machache, na waomba tu, tushikaneni mikono kama Wakenya. Huku chini kuna shida. Na wazee waezi tusaidia. Kusema ukweli, hao ni madil. Ndio unasikia mtu anasema hapana, siwezi enda bila huyu. Kwa nini? Umeshajiuliza kwa nini? Juu ya madil. Hizo madili za Kamkunji, for example, CDF, mmeiona? Hatujaiona. Na si Kamkunji tu. Me, I want to see our youth, especially. If there is a tender, let us share it amongst the youth. Let us be the change that we want to see out there. Let us empower them, not registering different companies under youth names, and then the money goes to our Zez. Ni ukweli ama si ukweli? Ni ukweli ama si ukweli? You have the vote, tumia hiyo vote yako vizuri. Wakileta pesa, please kula, but si uko na akili. Si lazima ati mtu amekupe pesa ndio umvotie. Vote in the right person, the person that will help you tomorrow. Because again, if you eat my money today, nimechukua loan, utaniona tena? Si nitaenda kwanza nirudishe, ndio saa nikuje ground after 5 years. Tena mnirudishe tena. The same thing. Si tuchoke? Nani amechoka? Nani amechoka? Na huko nyuma wako sawa. Nyinyi hamjachoka? Tumechoka. So let us change. Let us change by supporting our team, Jimmy and Willis. Thank you very much. God bless
You know, the most interesting part today is that even as we have the Jimmy and Willis tickets, we have independents who are friends of Safina and particularly friends of Jimmy and Willis. Wapi makofi. And because we are very particular about the youth today, we would like to invite one of us, who's a youth, mini youth, by the way. Sawa. Mini youth. Nimepitisha na kamwezi mini youth band. Yeah. So Joseph Kagai.
Wapi makofi, Joseph Kagai. Joseph Kagai.
Ameondoka. Nataka kusikia sauti ya gavana wa Nairobi. Wale youth kama mimi. Hapana, yana kama ameshinda kidogo. Gavana wale ni msukani.
Good morning, people of Safina and people of Kenya.
In the mix, it's DJ.
I'm sure a lot of you are surprised that given the nomination ticket for Nairobi governor. You see, in Kenya, we have a lot of politicians that they push agendas. They go for rallies. But when you listen to what they are promising Kenyans, hakuna kitu. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Are they promising anything that is actual? They are picking money from the sky and saying they'll give you 6,000. From where? From where? The country is in debt. They'll get that money from where? These are promises from the sky. You must listen to actual promises from economists and businessmen that are legitimate. So, I'm going to take you through 3 policies we have that we will implement if I'm voted in as Nairobi governor. Number 1, healthcare. If you are sick, we're living in 2022. Why can you not get free healthcare in 2022? Kwa nini? So we have built virtual hospitals. We've built a solution whereby with your phone, with a smartphone, you can go to a cyber cafe. You can seek medical consultation for free. Medical consultation in Nairobi for free. After you have received this consultation, the next step, medical services. Kusema nitajenga hospitali, it is a hard promise. So I'll promise you something real. we'll build hospitals on trucks. And that truck will rotate around Nairobi and you'll get free medical. This is a legitimate promise. It is a structured promise. If I promise you a hospital with 1,000 rooms, hakuna. But a promise of free consultation through virtual hospitals and digital consultation is possible at low cost. To build these hospitals on trucks and deliver medicine at low cost, to deliver medical services at low cost or for free, is possible with Safina. Secondly, we have a project for education. The entire 844 system can be put on a database for free. The entire database can be put for free, meaning you don't have to go and buy second-hand books for 500 bob. How? How? A low-income family, it is mandatory to buy at least 10 books costing 500 bob minimum. That's 5,000 shillings. This is not free education. So we'll put all these ebooks available online for free. If you want to study, you can access this for free. And we will select the best teachers in Kenya and we'll attach to each book. So when you're flipping through the pages, you will have a virtual teacher teaching each page and you will acquire quality education in Kenya for free. Finally, we will talk of employment. You know, mimi ni mutu ya suluhu. Ni mutu ya suluhu. Employment is a big issue in Kenya. Sasa skiza. If you are looking for work, nitaweka jina yako kwa database yangu. Database naita pata kazi. We'll put your name, your qualifications, your age, your age on that database, and when work comes, you will be notified by text. This is the solution, because even if someone dropped out of high school, ni mutu ya mkono tu, we'll put his name in that database. His name will be in that database, and we'll inform him, John, there's an opportunity for you to help load this truck. You'll be paid 15,000 per month, and you get a text message on your phone. Do you accept the job? Even with a kabambe, you can reply with a one, accept kazi, umepata kazi. Sasa, kama we haipendi hii kazi ya 15,000 per month, si elimu ni bure. Sasa tafundisha namna gani utapata kazi ya juu. We will teach you how to acquire higher wealth, because higher paid employees are more qualified, but education is expensive. So if education is free and a database to find jobs is there, you can find a job, you can climb up with your salary through the education database, and if you can't work because of your health, si afya ni bure pia. Alafu, tumetengeneza. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Yeah. To finish, there's two types of voters in Kenya. There's the logical voter and the emotional voter. So I feel I have appealed to the logical voter. Now, to the emotional voter, allow me to say this. After the elections are done, one day you will be hungry. One day you will be sick. One day you will not have work. One day you cannot pay school fees for your child. Usifanya makosa. Usifanya makosa kuchagua serikali. Nini uko na hizo shida? Watasema nini? Sikiza rege. Ama atasema kula wheelbarrow. Kama unataka suluhu ya Kenya, suluhu ya Kenya ni Jimmy Wanjigi na Willis Otieno. Safina!
Wapi makofi ya upcoming Governor Nairobi County. Asante sana. Sawa, tulikeomba unyenyekevu wa Rais and Deputy mkaribia mbele kidogo tuweze kupata media waweze kupata the moment of photo, si kidogo tu. Kidogo ningependa tuangalie nyuma tuweze kupigwa sasa na wananchi. Picha ile iko pale, tuangalie ile picha iko pale. Kila mtu asimame tuweze kuwa kwenye picha hii. Tuweke placards zetu tuweze kuwa kwenye picha hii. Wapi makofi. Yeah, Jimmy and Willis. Wapi makofi. Wenye placards tuweke juu placards zetu tuweke juu.
Tupeperushe tuzione.
Tuzione wale hawana tuweke kofia tuone kofia. Asante. Wapi. Asante sana. Thank you. You may have your seats. Asante sana. Now tungependa kuinvite our executive director Mr. Wanjohi aweze kutupatia closing remarks. Wapi makofi ya Mr. Wanjohi.
Your Excellency, the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, Jimmy Richard Wanjigi, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Willis Evans Otieno, the Safina national officials led by the Secretary General, John Wamagata, Safina aspirants, and the friends of Safina, the independents, and the members of Safina, hamjambo. Nimesimama hapa kutoa shukurani, to give a vote of thanks, and I give a mighty thanks to all of you and to the Lord for allowing us to hold this event. Your Excellency, yesterday night, the country was on edge, and we were receiving calls from all over the country, the rurals of Tana River, Lamu, Kware, and the mountains, counties of Meru and Nyeri. And there was only one question that was in everybody's mind: who is our Deputy President?